Hello and welcome to the Showdown. I'm your boy OG Tim Wilson, and there's all the nasty boys. I'm here with Big Ed Ways. What's up, fellas?
What up? What up?
What's good?
What's good? What's good? This is the show where we talk football from a fantasy perspective, and we've got a lot to discuss today. So let's get started with the Showdown. How about it, guys? How about it?
I'm ready.
Let's do this shot. They're getting ready. They're getting ready for me. Wade's ready. Big Ed not ready. There we go. All right, let's start with it.
Cheers.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, Wade, where we getting started at?
Same thing as always. We're gonna go ahead and start talking about our team leagues and the week we this past week.
Okay. What kind of week did you have in fantasy?
Literal 50-50 in these team leagues.
How you look this week, Big Ed?
Went 9-4.
Okay, that's good. That's
I
a good
believe.
week. That's a good week. I had a pretty tough week. I really didn't do good in the team battles, but in my individual leagues, I did. I had some big wins. That said, we're going to start with EFG Supremacy. That is Elite Fantasy Games versus Extreme Fantasy Games. And it came out a 4-4 tie this week. So the Elite Fantasy Games have really been competing since the bye weeks and injuries started kicking in. They really started making a good little run, a good comeback, making it competitive. We're still up on them, but they are making it competitive, and we're 4-4 this week. The Big Dogs eat. That is the Nasty Boys versus BSB, the Broad Street Bullies. That's Carlton's squad, so we know what we always say. Fuck Carlton, that's right. So in that one, we came out a 4-4 tie again. So it was 4-4. The Big Dogs eat, and the Big Dogs eat the Nasty Boys versus the Broad Street Bullies, 4-4.
Ooh, I squeaked out a victory in that one.
Yeah, I had a really squeaker right there. I won 126.02 to 124.4.
Hoo-wee.
105.26 to 104.84.
Damn, nice. I like winning squeakers. We want to talk about my game because I probably took an L. I ain't even looking. I had a rough one, man. I did win in the Clash, though, so I'm proud of that. I think I lost in every other league except the Clash. That's the only one I got to win in. That's the one I wanted to win in. Anyway, World War I. That is the Nasty Boys versus Death Row.
Ooh.
We took a beating this week. We have been dominating Death Row all along, and as of late, they've been making a comeback. And this week, they took a 6-2 pounding against us. So we took a pounding 6-2 in the World WW1.
That's my worst league right now.
Okay. All right. I thought about Waze looked like he had something to say, but he didn't came out.
I was like, I thought he was going okay. But yeah, no, it was a close game for me, but I ended up with that L this week. It was a tough one.
Leaders of the new school, that would be Steppers Only versus the Midwest Monsters. That it would be Dejan's squad, my son's squad, against Jab's son's squad. So Dejan against Chris. Leaders of the new school, the Midwest Monkeys took a big win this week again. This week, this week they took a big win, 6-2, just like the last one, just like the World War I. It was 6-2 Midwest Monkeys. In a war zone, which is Steppers Only versus Broad Street Bullies. The Broad Street Bullies took a 5-3 win this week. 5-3. What we mean by 5-3 these scores, by the way, folks, that is 8 games per week because it's 8 teams per group. So that means they won five of them won. They won 5 of the 8 games, and we won 3 of the 8 games. And last but not least, it is the big one. That is the Clash 10. That is EFG, the Collective, versus SWG, the Southwest Girls. And the Collective took a 5-3 win this week. So a whole lot of smack talk got quiet this week because the Collective took a 5-3 victory out of the Clash this week. Anything else that you guys want to chime in on?
No, it's just been a very uneventful week. A lot of close wins, a lot of close losses this week. So it was another week of fantasy football for me. Nothing significant.
Okay.
Yeah, I got a tough couple weeks coming up because a lot of my players got buys coming up in the next couple weeks. So I'm gonna be hitting waiver wires hard and looking for trades. So
Hey, do some research into some of those guys that's over there in free agency as well, because you're gonna find some gems.
oh yeah, I found a couple on a couple squads already. So
there you go. There it is. And there it is, folks. And that's our wrap up of the team leagues for this week that we're in. That's what we're in. And now it's time to talk a little bit more about what's going on in your world. So, Waze, what we got coming up next?
All right, so I got 2 pieces of news, an injury report, and then a couple questions for you guys this week.
Okay.
The 2 pieces of news. First one is Michael Carter was sent to the waiver wire yesterday. He got cut by the Jets, and as of today, he was picked up by the Cardinals.
Oh, nice.
Ooh.
Nice.
That's going to help them out a little bit.
That's a good pickup for the Cardinals.
And huge news coming out of Buffalo. Buffalo fired their offensive coordinator, Ken Dorsey.
You know what that means? That means Josh Allen got his OC fired.
He got his quarterbacks coach hired though.
Yeah, that's true.
Because they that's what they did. They promoted the quarterbacks coach.
Big up to Ken Dorsey, man. Ken Dorsey was a 49er, but before he was a 49er, he was a Miami Hurricane, and that dude never lost in college. I don't know. I don't think that dude lost more than 5 games in his whole college career. I was surprised he didn't pan out in the pros. I thought he was going to be a surprise, and I thought he was going to be a good pro player, but he got the combine and he kind of fell off, and he got to the pros and he just never materialized into a player. But so big ups to Ken Dorsey. I used to like him in college.
And I'll be honest, I could see him being here in Minnesota next year at the same position. He's the type of offensive coordinator that I think O'Connell could trust with his offense.
Minnesota carrying the longest win streak in the NFL right now.
Yeah. 4 weeks?
5.
Oh, it's 5? I thought it was 4.
5 straight games.
Yeah, we've been on fire. And we've done it without our stars, which is probably a Minneapolis miracle in its own right.
I don't know. I think a star is born up there.
Oh, man.
Josh Dobbs.
Yes, sir.
Man.
Oh, yeah. He's a rock star up here right now.
Yeah, and I'm just going to say it. He's Ken Dorsey's kind of quarterback. So another point on him potentially coming to Minnesota.
But he's going to Mars.
That's what y'all told me. He's going to Mars.
Yeah. That's true. Hey, we might get lucky. So for this injury news, I think it's not much of a cat coming out of a bag. Deshaun Watson's done for the season.
Damn. Finally had a good game. Now I want to give a
He had
shout
a good half. Good half.
I want to give a shout out to Deshaun because in the first half of the game, I sent Deshaun a text and said, Deshaun is terrible, man. Maybe he should have been a year's biggest bust because we talked about the biggest bust last week. and we laughed and talked about him, blah, blah, blah. And next thing you know, I was watching 49er game, and then they came on, and they came on with a news break when the 49er game went off and said, news break, we're going to cut to the Cleveland-Baltimore game. I'm like, holy shit, this Sean shut me up. I spoke too soon on that one. So, yeah, he finally had a good outing, and then he got hurt. Broke a bone in his shoulder, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep. It's a bone in his throwing shoulder.
Yeah.
So, and he hurt his ankle in that game also.
Or, see, I guess those massages were doing something.
Too bad he didn't break his ass. See, he didn't break his ass. His ass was fine. So his ass was just fine. So the massages were working. Because that's all that was getting massaged was his rectum. Put a little oil on the rectum or put it around the rim a little bit there. The rectum, that asshole rim was doing just fine. See, so the massages worked. What else we got going on over there, Waze?
I was just going to say that actually leads into one of your next topics, don't it, Waze?
I don't know which one you're talking
Overhyped players.
I was just about to say, unless you were talking about my first question for you guys this week, and that is, give me your top 3 overhyped players this week or this year.
I like how Big Ed like to give away the fact that he know what's coming instead of just letting the game come to you and shit. You gotta run to the game. Anyway, go ahead, Waze.
Give me you guys this.
You let the cat out the bag, but hit us with it anyway.
Give me or us your top 3 overhyped players of this season.
Top 3 overhyped players of the season. I guess. Go ahead.
Number 3, Deshaun Watson. Number 2, Justin Fields. And number 1 has to be Josh Allen.
Oh, I'm going Josh Allen for sure. I'm gonna go with you with 2 of those. I'm going with you with Josh Allen. I'm gonna go with you with Deshaun Watson. My number 1 is gonna shock y'all.
Okay.
I'm going with Lamar Jackson.
Oh,
I can agree with you on that one because he really hasn't done much.
Yeah, exactly.
He got MVP hype at the beginning of the season, and I'm not seeing anywhere near MVP level, Paul.
And what's crazy is all the talking heads are still talking about him in the running for MVP.
I don't see it.
Me neither. He's been an average fantasy player.
He was great against the Lions.
Yeah, he's done just enough in fantasy, to push you over the edge or maybe keep you in the game.
He's doing decent fantasy numbers from a fantasy perspective. He's doing good. He's not letting you down. But overall, though, for all the MVP hype, man, I'm not seeing it.
Yeah, he's a bust this year.
Yeah, it's hard for me to
throwing a lot of picks.
Especially with all the offensive weapons they gave him this year.
Yeah, that's where all the MVP talk came from. All these weapons they gave him, and I'm not seeing him bring none of them guys to life.
Nope.
No. My number 3 is going to be Josh Allen, and I got Deshaun Watson at 2. But for me, my number 1 is Tony Pollard.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay,
I got into that one, and I regret every bit of that.
Yeah, they thought he was going to take over that running game from Zeke, and he's been pedestrian at best.
At best. Agreed. Yes, sir. Make you appreciate Ezekiel, doesn't it, Jerry?
Bitch. So on the opposite side of this, though, what team or players have been the most shocking to you this season?
Houston.
Yes.
The Houston Texans by far. That's been the guy. That's been both those answers. The players. I'm going to say C.J. Stroud was one, but I think Stroud not as much. Stroud only because how good he is.
Yeah.
as a rookie.
He's like ridiculously good.
And-
But I'm going to put up there equally as shocking has been Joshua Dobbs for me.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know he came out of nowhere for me. I didn't see him coming at all. But at least C.J. Stroud had the name coming in. You thought he would be okay, but I mean, I didn't know he would be like better than Patrick Mahomes and shit.
He's actually in talks for MVP.
Absolutely, and he should
Yeah.
be.
Yeah.
He's freaking ridiculous, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They've got something special.
Oh.
They've got something special with him. They just
Yeah.
got to building that team around him.
You know what? I know. You know what else they got something special with? It's a special combination because they also brought DeMarco Ryans down there, and he is coaching his ass off. And
Yeah.
I think because of him, Stroud couldn't have went to a better place.
Yeah.
And I think they are a magic duo that came together down there in Houston, and they're making a difference, man. They got a shot to make the damn playoffs. Think about that.
That's the crazy part. They have a
Yeah.
Which one of y'all had that for a hot take?
None of us.
Person this season,
None of us.
man.
How many people thought that the Bears would be regretting not taking C.J. Stroud?
Yeah. I was kind of shocked they did because
I used your rookie quarterback logic.
OG before they traded that spot, you and I were saying C.J. Stroud or Anthony Richardson, they should go with it.
They should trade Fields now while his stock is high, and use that first pick to get one of them quarterbacks.
But at the same time,
I did say Bryce Young or C.J. Stroud. I didn't know which one was going. I thought Bryce Young would be the bigger star, but I still was thinking you could get a mother load for Justin Fields right now because his name is still hot. This is the time you can get. He'll never have this much value again.
Yeah,
the mother load for him now, and you get that first pick. You pick his replacement with the first pick, and then you can build an offensive line with the rest of the. You can build a team with the rest of the mother load you got.
right.
Fields.
they can still do that too,
and it gives you an extra year of rookie salary cap on that rookie salary on that quarterback.
They can go ahead and get rid of Justin Fields, get them something.
They're not going to.
He's there right now because
they're not going to get for him now what they could have got.
So they're not. They'll get more for either the first or right now it's predicted the fourth pick. So they'll have 1 and 4.
I get something.
So,
I get something. And here's the reason why.
One of those picks, they're going to pick up Marvin Harrison Jr.
Exactly. And this is why I want this, or would say this, because right now they have the great value Jay Cutler there with Badgett or whatever his name is. And I think he's going to be a better suit for that team than Justin Fields.
They're going to stick with Justin for at least one more year. They're going to let him play out his rookie contract. They're going to pick up Marvin Harrison Jr. and they're going to use the rest of them boatload of picks on the offensive line and on the defensive line.
Enough Bears talk. We always go down. Every time you mention the Bears, we end up in a rabbit hole. But yeah, no, that's an interesting observation. But we'll see how that plays out because we don't know. The Bears could go on a run.
They could, and
then they don't. Who's first pick? Who they getting first pick from? Arizona?
Carolina.
Oh, Carolina could go on a run. They might not have first pick.
Yeah, Carolina's gonna fight. So
never know, man.
All right.
Yeah.
So,
there's a lot of football left.
Yeah. There's a lot
of football left.
So, Big Ed, do you have the heavy hitters ready for us?
Yes, I do. Just let me pull up the screen.
Dun, 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 dun.
Quarterbacks.
Oh, let me guess. I know who's number one. Gotta be number one. Freaking Dak Prescott.
Dak Prescott.
There's no that motherfucker ball down.
Josh Herbert.
Oh,
And
yeah.
the rocket scientist,
Joshua Dobbs.
Joshua Dobbs.
Rocket.
That's interesting. Josh Herbert.
Yeah, he said
Justin Herbert. Sorry.
Who said Josh Herbert?
I thought I said Justin. Sorry.
He said Josh Herbert. I just let it slide. I ain't gonna front.
Man, it just dawned on me like, who's Josh Herbert? Team he play for?
Reading two lines at once. For running backs, Brian Robinson,
Damn.
Jameer Gibbs,
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
and Devin Singletary finally made an appearance somewhere.
Yeah, Devin Singletary did go in. He went off. Another Houston surprise.
Mhm.
Houston upset Cincy, man. Think about that.
Man,
Man, they've been impressive this year.
wide receivers, Keenan Allen, CeeDee Lamb, and Brandon Cooks.
So you would think that stack with Herbert and Allen being that strong of heavy hitters that they would have won.
Man, I don't know what it is about the Chargers, but they can't. They're like Detroit a couple years ago.
But I want to say big up to Johnny the Mechanic, man. He was down. He went out to L.A. To SoFi Stadium for the game. We went live from the stadium. The stadium is sweet as hell. It looks real cool. So big ups to Johnny the Mechanic going out there and being the road dog with the Lions this year, man. He been having a ball. I've been having a ball watching him.
Yeah.
But how about two players from one team making the heavy hitters?
And they lost.
No, they won.
Who?
They beat the hell out the Giants. CeeDee Lamb and Brandon Cooks.
Oh, I thought you was talking about Herbert and Allen.
Oh no.
That's who I thought he was talking about as well.
Oh no, I'm talking about the same position from the same team.
Oh, okay. All
Two
right.
players. Damn, 173 yards.
That says a lot about, and that says a lot about why Dak was number one on the quarterbacks.
Yeah,
But he was playing the Giants.
which is pretty easy.
And we know what they did to him last time they played.
So tight ends. TJ Hawkinson.
Yes.
Trey
Hawkinson had an enormous day.
11 catches, 134 yards, and 1 touchdown.
And all with jacked up ribs.
Number 2, Trey McBride. And running it off, George Kittle.
George
Why you
Kittle.
Kittle like that. He's like,
I know, right?
another one.
It's a whole lot of money in this motherfucker. Another one bites the dust.
The disdain for George Kittle there.
The disdain for George Kittle. Did you peep that? I peeped that.
He said, and George.
And that's it for heavy hitters.
And another one gone, and another one gone. Another one bites the dust. Yeah.
All right. So next up, we got our startup sit-ups.
Stardom Siddums at quarterback. At quarterback, I'm going with Patrick Mahomes against Philadelphia. I'm going to go with Dak Prescott against Carolina. And Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts against Kansas City.
Okay.
That should be a shootout.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot. I wasn't supposed to say Jalen Hurts. I'm sorry. I take that one back. I need a wild card.
Wild card.
So I'm going Patrick Mahomes, Dak Prescott against Carolina, and my wild card is going to be Kyler Murray against Houston.
Ooh, I like that one.
Ooh. Okay. I'm gonna go with Justin Herbert against Green Bay, CJ Stroud against Arizona, and my wild card. Damn, I don't even know.
You know, go and say it. You know.
I'm gonna go Joe Burrow against Baltimore.
You know what? I could take that as a wild card because of the way that Baltimore defense is playing.
And the way that Joe Burrow's played this year. He's been up and down.
These last couple games, but that Ravens defense should make every quarterback shit their pants right now.
You know what he really wanted to say, don't you, Waves?
He wanted to go with great value Jay Cutler.
He's not playing.
No, he wanted to go with Jared Goff against Chicago. That's what he
Actually, hold on. I'm going to surprise you in a minute.
He wanted to say Jared Goff against Chicago.
Actually, no, I didn't. I guarantee that one.
That's what he wanted to say.
Nope.
I'm going to tell you what I wanted to say.
What?
I got Tua up against the Raiders. I got C.J. Stroud because I do agree with Big Ed, C.J. or OG.
I agree with that.
C.J. Stroud. And my wild card is Russell Wilson against the Vikings.
Oh, okay. All right. All right.
I should have said my real wild card. Ooh, that would have pissed y'all off.
But Brock Purdy. He wanted to say Brock Purdy.
Nope.
Tampa Bay.
Who was your real wild card?
Justin Fields against Detroit.
See, that wouldn't piss us off. That just been.
No, that wouldn't have pissed me off. But let's go to Siddums. I'm going to sit Justin Fields against Detroit.
I knew that was coming. I knew it.
How about this one? Though, Big Ed? You want to see this one coming? How about Russell Wilson against Minnesota?
Yeah, I can see that.
That's why it's
Minnesota's defense is actually pretty damn strong.
And a guy that had everybody's hopes up for a week, fucking Will Levis, sit him down. I'm done with him.
Man, fuck him. I'm so mad.
I'm done with him until maybe next year. He'll be able to have an off season as the starter and really come out and play some ball next year. But he had a flash in the pan day,
man.
Just been a letdown.
He pissed me straight the fuck off. Big Ed,
all right, my Siddums. I'm gonna sit Jared Goff against Chicago, and I'm gonna sit Matthew Stafford against Seattle, and Russell Wilson against Minnesota.
Okay. I'm going to sit Baker Mayfield against the 49ers. I'm going to sit Dorian Thompson-Robinson against the Steelers.
I thought PJ was starting.
No, Dorian has gotten the heads up to start this week. And I'm going to sit Kenny Pickett against the Browns.
I'd sit any quarterback against the Browns right now.
I know one thing. I'm not sitting Jared Goff.
Yeah, ever. That one.
I'm not sitting Jared Goff. Oh, man, them mugs got too much going on. Anyway, we going on to running backs.
Running backs.
Anyway, Christian McCaffrey against Tampa Bay. Austin Eckler against Green Bay. And from a wild card, very wild, I'm gonna go Gus Edwards against Cincinnati.
Oh, that's a nice one.
I like that one a lot.
I'm going to go Christian McCaffrey against Tampa Bay. Joe Mixon against Baltimore. And for my wild card, Deontay Foreman against the Lions.
I can get behind that.
I get the sneaking suspicion he picking against the Lions this week, Wade.
It seems like we'll see.
I feel that way.
My stardoms, I'm gonna go CMC. I'm gonna start DeAndre Swift against the Chiefs.
Yeah.
And my wild card is gonna be Ty Chandler against the Broncos.
Oh, nice. Nice. I like it. I like it.
Running back sit-ups.
I'm sitting Isaiah Pacheco against Philly. I am sitting James Cook against the Jets because I'm sick of him. It's driving me crazy. And hmm. Keaton Mitchell against Cincinnati.
I will say this about that Isaiah Pacheco. I'm gonna keep tooting my own horn on this because I proved myself right. Isaiah Pacheco is a first half of the season player. I got a lot of heat for that trade I made mid-season to get rid of Isaiah Pacheco and get me a quarterback. And turns out I was absolutely right once again with this kid. He's not a full season player.
Who's the quarterback you got though?
I picked up Gardner Minshew and I got rid of Daniel Jones.
Neither one of y'all won that.
Yeah.
Thing.
That
why
trade
I
was a
have
wash.
Josh Dobbs on my bench as well. I played that waiver wire like a fiddle.
Yeah.
All right, my sit-ems this week. I'm going to go Derrick Henry against Jacksonville, Najee Harris against Cleveland, and James Conner against Houston.
Okay. I got Tony Pollard against the Panthers. I got Najee Harris against the Browns. And I got Kareem Hunt against the Steelers.
And I got Deontay Foreman against Detroit.
Wide receiver starts.
I'm on Ross St. Brown against Chicago.
Okay.
And CeeDee Lamb against Carolina. Who's my wild card? A guy I've been waiting to shine all year. I'm going to give it to him this week. I'm going with Rashee Rice for the Chiefs against Philly.
Man, that boy's sneaky. I like him.
I do too, man. He just ain't been giving them to me, man. I've been waiting for him to break out.
He had one really good game where he got his opportunity to shine.
One. And I said, that's where he is. And that was that.
They don't know what they got with him just yet. They'll find out.
Okay. I'm going to go with Tank Dell against Arizona. What's the Brown? What's his first name? Noah Brown? Noah Brown against Arizona. And for my wild card, I'm gonna agree with you, OG. Rashee Rice against Philadelphia.
Okay. You know what? I can't go against it.
I think that was 3 wild cards, but okay.
I'm gonna start Tyreek Hill against the Raiders. I'm gonna start Cooper Kupp against the Seahawks. And my wild card is gonna be Jackson Smith and Jigba against the Rams.
And I hope you're right, because I just picked him up.
Me too, because he's my reserve receiver in a couple different leagues.
For my sit-ems, I'm sitting Calvin Ridley against Tennessee. I'm sitting Gabe Davis against the Jets. He got a lot of targets and came up empty. I think they're going to turn their attention back to Diggs this week. Christian Watson against the Chargers.
Okay.
I mean the Clippers. I mean the Chargers.
I'm gonna go with Devontae Adams against Miami. Cortland Sutton against Minnesota. And Jerry Jeudy against Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
I don't disagree. I don't know what's going on this halfway through the season, but our
Bynum got his wife over here,
going
so
up.
ever since Bynum got his wife over here, he been a different story at corner.
Ooh, man. That defense stepped it up.
It's mostly that blitz.
Yeah. My sit-ems for wide receiver, I got Cortland Sutton against the Vikings. I have Romeo Dobbs against the Chargers. And I have Jacoby Myers against the Dolphins.
Ooh.
Those last two you named, those are two more big busts.
Yeah. Romeo Dobbs was on fire towards the end of last season, and
Terrible.
Ain't done shit this year.
Terrible.
Jacoby Myers was great until that last game where he decided he wanted to play fumbleitis.
Yeah, I just actually got rid of him in 2 leagues, I think.
Yeah, he's been nothing this year. Starters.
I think he's gonna have a good week personally, but I hope I was wishful thinking because I had to play him because of bye weeks.
Oh, yeah.
He's gonna have a good week. Tight ends. I am going with Travis Kelce against Philly. I'm going with George Kittle against Tampa Bay. And for my wild card, I'm going with the guy that's been my favorite wild card tight end all year, Logan Thomas against the Giants.
Yo, OG, I am 110% with you with Logan Thomas. That man's been.
I like that.
He's only had one bad week, I think.
Yeah, but he's been pretty solid.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Mark Andrews against Cincinnati, Evan Ingram against Tennessee, and from a wild card, I'm gonna go with Cole Kmet against Detroit.
Yep. All right, so I'm going to start Travis Kelce against the Eagles. I'm going to start Sam Laporta against the Bears. Mind you, I intentionally did not make him a wild card.
Intentionally did not make him a wild card, big head.
Because I have a true wild card here with Luke Musgrave up against the Chargers.
And you know what? He's another one that's been sneaky good.
Yep.
Been sneaky good.
Shows up every now and then, but when he does show up for some reason, it's definitely been these bye weeks.
So we're on tight end sit-ems?
Yep.
We'll go Tyler Higbee against Seattle, Tyler Conklin against Buffalo, and anybody else named Tyler that plays the tight end position. I'm going to go Cade Otton against San Francisco.
Okay. I had Cade Otton against San Francisco, Tyler Higbee against Seattle, and Jacosium Okonkwo against Jacksonville.
Okay.
In front, I like him now.
Yeah. I got Tyler Conklin against the Bills. I got Cade Otton against the Niners. And this week I have a wild card sit. I have David Njoku against the Steelers.
Okay. That's it for stardom sit-ems.
Okay, for defenses, I got the 49ers against Tampa Bay and the Lions against Chicago. That's it. That's all I got. That's all I got. That's all I got.
All right. We on the pick'ems, right?
We're on the pickups.
We are on to pick'ems. It is time to pick 'em. We do 5 games, folks. We got 4 teams that we always do, and then there's a wild card. Sometimes those teams are going to face each other, which will be the case this week. The 4 teams that's always going to be in the pick'ems are the Minnesota Vikings, the Detroit Lions, the Chicago Bears, and the mighty 49ers, the San Francisco 49ers. And then we got pick'ems. This week, 2 of our teams are playing each other, so therefore we've got a bonus game there. So we got 2 quote-unquote wild card games on tap for you this week. Ways, What 5 games are we looking at today?
So this week we got the Monday night or this Thursday night game, Cincinnati at Baltimore.
Okay.
We got Chicago at Detroit. We
Yep.
got Tampa Bay at San Fran, Minnesota at Denver, and Philly at KC.
There it is. There it is. Who? So, Big Ed, you calling them out or Wade's calling them out?
First up, we got Cincinnati. Cincinnati and the Ravens.
Who's at home?
The Ravens.
I'm going with the home team. I'm going Baltimore.
I'm gonna go Bengals.
I will be going with the Ravens.
Next up, we got the Bears at the Lions.
I'm going with default. Sorry, the Lions.
Oh yeah, I'm going with the Lions.
You know where I'm going. I'm going with the Bears.
Oh, I thought you were going to say the right answer.
Well, who's at home?
The Lions?
Oh, that's Thanksgiving game.
No,
Oh,
this is Sunday.
oh
Okay.
yeah, you're right.
Thanksgiving game, they play Green Bay.
Yep.
So yeah, they're gonna beat Chicago.
Hmm.
All right. Next up, we got the Buccaneers at the 49ers.
Oh, I'm going 49ers at home, please.
I'm going 49ers.
I am also going to go 49ers. Next up, we got
You know 49ers last week. You went with Jacksonville.
that was last week. This week.
How did that work out for you?
Next up, we got the Vikings at the Broncos.
I will start this off by saying the Vikings.
And the Vikings play who?
The Broncos.
I'm gonna go. Where they playing at?
Mile High.
I'm gonna go with Denver.
I'm going to say one of your favorite phrases, Ways, as am I.
No way. Wrong.
And last but not least, we got the Eagles facing the Chiefs in the Super Bowl rematch.
Hmm.
And probably a Super Bowl preview.
I'm gonna go with Philly. Fuck Carlton.
There we go. I'm gonna go with the Chiefs.
I'm also going to say fuck Carlson and go with the Eagles.
Ooh. Take that, Carlton.
And that's it for the pick'ems.
And that is it for the showdown. So we want to thank you guys for joining us. I'm your boy, OG Tim Wilson, and I am here with the Nasty Boys, Big Ed and Ways. On behalf of all of us, make sure you subscribe to the station. The station is called the What Up Though Show Podcast Network. So the What Up Though Show Network, please subscribe to the station. If you like what you see, in other words, hit that like button. We do appreciate you, and we'll catch you next time. On behalf of the Nasty Boys, Big Ed and Ways, I'm your boy OG Tim Wilson. This has been the Showdown. Peace out, press your crease out, keep the police out while our buses knees out. We out.